Вода. Без нее не может быть жизни. Роль воды в развитии растений также важна, ведь они состоят из нее на 95%. При недостатке влаги в растениях нарушается обмен веществ. В постоянно изменяющихся климатических условиях нашей страны рациональное использование воды становится базовым условием для производства натуральных продуктов питания. Поэтому, чтобы обеспечить в сельском хозяйстве хорошую урожайность, необходима ирригация. На эту тему мы взяли эксклюзивное интервью у президента IRZ Consulting Lindsay Fred Ziari.
And as you know, water becoming as important as oil in many countries.
Yeah.
And so how we use the water is really important. How we use it and how we develop our efficiently the use of water. And that's what one of the, so there is really three to four different type of irrigation that is used in the US. One of them, which is the least efficient, is what we call flood or furrow irrigation. This is traditional irrigation. Then we have drip irrigation, which is again mainly used for like trees, like apples and oranges and other type of fruit trees. And some vegetables we use drip irrigation, like watermelon or strawberries or tomatoes, they use drip irrigation. Then the one that we as Lindsay are focusing, and this is what we produce, is called center pivot irrigation. These are circular irrigation system that can irrigate, one system can irrigate 50 hectare or more at one time. So when you turn this center pivot irrigation system, you can irrigate about 50 hectare, maybe 60 hectare at the same time. And that is also, I would say, for large scale irrigation system is the most efficient. So it's very efficient, and you can automate it and use basically a cell phone to control it. So those are the three different type of irrigation system that we are using in the US.
Фред Зиари основал IRZ Consulting, компанию по управлению ресурсами, которая занимается проектированием ирригационных систем и управлением водными ресурсами для сельхозхозяйственных групп по всему миру. Как инноватор он разработал некоторые технологии в сфере спутникового мониторинга и контроля влажности почвы, которые за последние десятилетия позволили аграрным хозяйствам сэкономить около 100 миллиардов литров воды и более 300 миллионов киловатт электроэнергии. За всю профессиональную карьеру Фред Зиари лично принимал участие в реализации более 1000 проектов в сфере ирригации. Он даже был признан инженером года в области сельского хозяйства.
For individual contribution to agriculture, Fred Ziari.
I think for Kazakhstan, there also, because you have so much land and you're so big as far as your land, and you have fairly good amount of water, I think center pivot system is the best, because you want to develop big system rather than small 1 hectare, 2 hectare system, which is again, this is what we see around the world, going over bigger farms rather than smaller farms. Because then you can afford, when the farm is, let's say, 1,000 hectare, 500,000, or sometime 10,000, sometime 50,000 or 100,000 hectare projects that we normally deal with, it's much easier to invest in higher technology, more efficient with water, more efficient with energy. Yeah, the center pivot and drip irrigation have the same efficiency, but center pivot cost 30 to 50% less than drip. As you know, one is, I will answer the other technology about why we see people going with the like center pivot irrigation system is because rain, when it comes, sometimes the rain comes, sometimes it doesn't. So really a center pivot, if you see it, when you see the picture of it, it looks like rain. You create artificial rain, but exactly when you want it, you know, at all times. So you are never going to stress the crops. And also with the center pivot irrigation system, you can put the fertilizers through the water to the plant. Rather than applying it to the land, you put in the US, this is a very, very good technology because you can put small amount of fertilizer, which is food for the plant, mix it with water and apply it to the, so that's why you see such a big yield increase, because not only you're watering it, you're also adding fertilizer with the water, which is, it's called, and also you can put chemical or fertilizers to protect the crops or feed the crops with the center pivot system. So these days, at least in the US, on other area that we see the technologies, these days, our company, for example, Lindsay, we provide full integration of technology with the irrigation. For example, most of our system is controlled. You could control pumps, irrigation system, also add fertilizers, add chemicals, all using your cell phone. You can look at your field, you press a button and the pump starts and you can irrigate or put fertilizers mixed with water. And also you can include, that is done most of the farms in the US using that technology. Where it used to take 20, 30, 40, 50 people to go turn irrigation on and off, now one person can run 5,000 hectare farm with a cell phone. So and also it increases the yield of the crop and productivity because you always can apply water when you want it.
Если вы хотите стабильно получать богатый урожай, необходимо обеспечивать дозированную подачу воды, ведь для растений в равной степени вредны как дефицит влаги, так и ее переизбыток. Современные ирригационные системы позволяют делать сельхозхозяйственный бизнес менее рискованным, но при этом приносящим гарантированный доход занятием.
If you don't put irrigation, you have to depend on nature. Nature may give you rain, or it may not give you rain. If it doesn't give you rain, you get no product, or maybe 50% product. All farmers understand that. That's why we have, as I said, over 30 million hectare of irrigation in the US, just on the western part of US. Because one, you're guaranteed 100% good yield with irrigation, 100%.
FieldNet – это инновационная система, которая позволяет контролировать каждое ваше поле в плане потребления ресурсов. При помощи нее вы можете задавать необходимое количество вносимых удобрений и воды. Далее она будет давать рекомендации, используя климатические данные, на сколько часов в неделю нужно запускать весь процесс. Эта система помогает значительно экономить энергию, время и ресурсы. Кроме того, информация обо всей проведенной работе сохраняется, поэтому можно получать соответствующие отчеты каждую неделю, каждый месяц или каждый год. Эти данные позволяют точно знать, сколько воды было использовано и каким был урожай. Стоит отметить, что управлять системой можно и с помощью мобильного телефона, что освобождает от необходимости быть в каком-то конкретном месте.
How reliable your rain is. For example, if you're in the south of Kazakhstan, like in Shemkan area, or your southern part of the country, which you don't get lots of rain, is hot, and you don't get rain, you almost have to irrigate. That's why, for example, in the Washington state where I live, in the eastern part, the weather is very, very similar to the southern part of Kazakhstan. It's 100% irrigated. All the farms are irrigated. But if you have some area, maybe in the north or northwest, which you have lots of rain, then you're okay with no irrigation. You get good crop with no irrigation. So if you have, it depends on the type of soil. For example, if you have a sandy soil, so it doesn't matter how much rain you get, it doesn't hold lots of moisture. But your country in Kazakhstan, I'm really, the more we look at, the more I come there and visit your country, the more I have not seen many. I have been in 50 different countries. I have not seen many countries like Kazakhstan that has so much potential for being the leader in irrigation, because you have water and you have the government that is willing to look at irrigation, and food security is a big issue, but you have so much land also. In lots of area, there are small countries. You are big countries with lots of water and good weather and good soil. So I like to see Kazakhstan to become the world leader in irrigation. And I think you can do it.
Одним из лидеров в эффективном применении ирригационных систем являются Соединенные Штаты. В этот список также входят Канада, Австралия, Новая Зеландия, Израиль, Франция и Англия. Господин Зиари отмечает, что у Казахстана имеется большой потенциал в этом направлении. Так, сегодня в нашей стране есть 1,5 миллиона гектар орошаемых земель, большая часть из которых приходится на южные регионы. Но существуют и препятствия, которые нужно устранить для дальнейшего развития сельского хозяйства.
There is two big issues that you need to overcome. One is governmental regulation. You have to have cooperative government that works with the farmers to allow them to get water from a river or from a lake or from groundwater. That regulation has to be, it takes a lot of time. And it's challenging. Once you have that, number one, if you can get the water, or if it takes a long time, or too much bureaucracy, it's a big project. Again, big challenge. We see that throughout the world. Then the other challenge is access to power. In lots of countries, we see that they don't have enough hydropower or other type of power, because to become efficient, you need certain amount of power. And that is also is a challenge. Number three, would be, especially if you want to use digital technology, you need to have high-speed internet in your country, because with that, especially we have it in big cities, there's always available, but in the rural area is much less availability. And we have to think about, if we want to have food security in Kazakhstan, that the farmers should have similar access to digital technology as somebody in Astana or other bigger city.
Если в Казахстане повсеместно внедрить современные системы орошения, можно в течение следующего десятилетия ориентировочно увеличить урожайность на 20%, а к 2050 году на все 50%. Таким образом, внедрение современных ирригационных систем может сыграть значительную роль в улучшении социально-экономических условий в нашей стране.